Hello, everyone. Good morning. So today, as is shown, we're going to walk you guys through ChatGPT 101 for non-techies. So who here are non-techies? A lot of us. And this is especially for you. So what I'm going to walk you guys through today is kind of an evolution in being an entrepreneur. So whether you're a freelancer, a business owner, whatever that looks like for you, I've kind of seen this little evolution. So when I started my business, I was told like, hey, this is the path. You get an idea, you get your first sale, you get your first client, you get maybe your first employee, you build a team, you build systems, and that's how you become successful. But to be honest, as everyone knows, who are entrepreneurs? We know it's this. It's up and down, it's confusing, and like, oh, we're going up. No, we're actually going down. And it's just that way. But in the last 2 years, like I said, I've been seeing a new entrepreneur evolution. And it's basically a little bit a smoother path than the one that we've gotten started on. And it basically just looks like this, where you have an idea, you have a business plan, I want to do this, you make your first sale, you hire maybe your first virtual assistant, and then AI can help take care of the rest. That's kind of where I'm seeing a lot of the new businesses or even current businesses that are going today. So to start off, I'm going to do this cool thing where, to show you guys, and not just tell you guys, okay. Hopefully this will work. ChatGPT, don't embarrass me in front of my friends. Go ahead and introduce Leanne to the participants of Nomads in Paradise.
Welcome everyone to Nomads in Paradise. Today, we're thrilled to introduce you to a true visionary in the world of remote work and AI, Lai Lacaba. Leanne's journey began at just 15, starting as a ghostwriter and copywriter, paving her way into the remote work landscape long before it was mainstream. Now, she leads 5 remote companies, including a book publishing company, a software business, a virtual assistant agency, an AI cold outreach agency, and an AI consultancy. Her diverse portfolio is a testament to her entrepreneurial spirit and her commitment to empowering others to embrace remote work. Beyond her businesses, Lam has a substantial digital footprint with 30,000 subscribers on YouTube and 40,000 followers on TikTok. She hosts the Scale U podcast and has received numerous awards both locally and internationally, marking her as a recognized leader in scaling businesses with AI. Over the past 2 years, she's dedicated herself to creating content on AI and teaching others how to succeed remotely, providing courses and practical insights for aspiring digital nomads and business owners alike. Leanne has spoken on stages worldwide, sharing her expertise on AI and remote business growth. Today, she's here to inspire and guide us, showing how we can all leverage AI to enhance our digital nomad lifestyles and scale our ventures from anywhere. Please join me in welcoming Lai Lacaba.
There we go. So, very live demo of what ChatGPT can do. So what I did literally last night, I had this idea while I was having dinner. I'm like, I'm going to upload my slides to ChatGPT and see what it says. And that's essentially what it just did, is that it walked us through that part of my slides, and I thought that would be the best way for you guys to see that once you've actually learned and started using ChatGPT, it can do introductions just like that for you. So this is how I've used ChatGPT so far in the last 2 years. I've used it to create templates for my business, documents, forms, communication replies. I would copy and paste an email from a client and have ChatGPT respond for me. I've used it to create a lot of content. I've used it to create standard procedures for my business, creating new onboarding process, difficult employee emails, rewriting company policies, and asking questions about my astrology chart just because I wanted to test it. So what the heck is ChatGPT? Who here has actually used ChatGPT? Got it, a lot of you guys. So I might breeze through this part of the slides. So first thing, and I always make this as the disclaimer, is ChatGPT isn't gonna replace you unless you let it. And, oh, hello, there you go. And I know this was a fear for a lot of people, oh, I'm gonna replace, but to be honest, ChatGPT is gonna change your job, just kind of making it more efficient. It's also not perfect and make mistakes. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution. It is not a magic tool that solves all your problems, nor is it an infallible source of information, and is not made for making ethical decisions. Imagine ChatGPT as this really smart 2-year-old who thinks they know everything, and they probably know everything, but how you treat it is that how it's going to treat other people. So when it comes to making ethical decisions, it's going to be up to how we use it. So what ChatGPT is, it's an AI-powered language model with like generate human-like text. So before ChatGPT, we already had AI. The problem was we couldn't really interact with it. It was too kind of cloudy, it was too techy, and ChatGPT was the tool that kind of opened for non-techies just like us how to actually use it. It's a tool, it multiplies you, it's not a substitute. If you are a crappy copywriter, ChatGPT is going to make crappy copy. If you are a good copywriter, ChatGPT will multiply that. It can provide ideas, suggestions, recommendations. It can, of course, save time and effort, and can generate content for marketing, operations, and sales. So a lot of people thinking like, oh, okay, so ChatGPT, it's a tool, how do I actually use it? So you think of it as output based. You think of it, you start a bit of like, what output do I actually need done? And I created this really quick process. This is with my AI consulting company where we call it BOS plus AI, or BOSI. Basically, it's your business operating system with AI. So the first part is you want to map out your process. And for some people here who took me up on becoming my case study, that was one of the first things that we did, is we map out what are the processes that you have in your business. Then you want to document it, create your standard operating procedures, your assets, and then you want to start automating. You notice that we automate at the last part, because a lot of mistakes that people make is they use ChatGPT to add to their process instead of looking at their current process and seeing what could be better with AI. And that's essentially where you want to start thinking about that. So for us, what we do is, this is basically the mapping out part. We use Miro for this. We map out the standard operating procedures, and then we start then automating, whether it's with make.com or even just by creating a very simple custom GPT. So where AI can always start for you is you want to look at your recurring tasks, your current processes, and any common bottlenecks that you might have with your day-to-day or within your business. So this, a lot of the time when I'm consulting people, when I'm working with people with AI, they're like, oh, AI just hasn't worked for me. It sucks. I don't want to use it ever at all. It's probably because you're still doing it yourself. You're supposed to delegate to an assistant who will then work with your managers, who will work with their employees, who will use ChatGPT and AI as a tool. And oftentimes, as I just did, putting in 1 hour trying to set up ChatGPT to introduce me, it can be a distraction. Instead of something that actually helps you, you're kind of diverting your own attention into it. And as I said, some people add instead of eliminating things from their list because they're using AI. Another one is just no quality control, over-reliance. People are not editing it, basically just using it as a final draft. And you're signing up for every tool. How many AI tools do you have on your roster? It's always good to eliminate those. And lastly, you don't know how to use it, which is what I'll break down for you guys today. So, ready to learn some prompting? Yeah. Okay. So first is, this is something I totally made up 2 years ago, and it totally stuck. So it's called the WOW method. So it's a priming prompt. It's one of the first things they can put into ChatGPT if you're trying to create anything. So the first part is giving ChatGPT who you are, what you do, and who you work with. Then you want to put in the outcome that you need from ChatGPT. So this is, act as a social media manager, act as a Forbes 500 consultant, whatever that output that you want from it. Asking it, are you ready? I like the are you ready because it makes sure, at least from my point of view, that ChatGPT understands and doesn't just answer me right away. And you want to put the how you want it done. So as a really good example, we have here, I am an AI consultant for coaches and consultants for their operations and marketing and implementing AI in their business. That is my who you are, what you do, and who you work with. The output is, I made it, you will act as an expert project manager, blah, 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 blah. Asked it, are you ready? And then the how is, I need your responses to be straight to the point and with action steps if applicable. If you wanted to answer with bullet points, with a table, with a perky personality, you can put that part on the how of the woe method. So here's an example of one where I made it into a content specialist. So I had it like, hey, can you create a 7-day weekly content calendar? And it basically just created right here. So I said, use bullet points in your response and be straight to the point. So it skipped the usual boring introduction ChatGPT does and just went straight like, hey, Mindset Mastery Monday, Strategy Spotlight, Client Success Stories, Tech Tools Thursday, and Weekly Wisdom. So that is how you get started with ChatGPT. The more that you do it, the more that you use it, the more kind of instinctual it starts becoming of like, oh, this is how I can use it. This is how I can add it to my day-to-day. So a few best prompting practices I always try to insert. One is more words or context, the better the answers. And this is because ChatGPT will give you generic answers if you give it generic context. 2 is use examples. My favorite prompt is I will always say, with the writing voice of Tony Robbins or with the speaking style of Gary Vaynerchuk, I will put in actual examples of other people. Or one of the first things that I do once I start using the paid ChatGPT is I uploaded 3 years of my blog posts and had ChatGPT learn my writing voice and then start giving me output for it. Make sure that you focus on a task, add a tone, keep editing the prompts. If you guys don't know, there's that little pencil where you can edit the prompt when it's not giving you the thing that you want. Use prompt chaining and then save links of your threads in a sheet or database. People, there's still not until now, sadly, a way to organize your ChatGPT other than history. So what I always recommend is when you create a thread that you want to use over and over, is you save it on, for me, I use Notion as my database to save your threads so it's easy for you to go back to it. Good so far? All right, perfect. So this is different tone and persona. And by the way, I'll walk you guys through later how to get these slides. But you want to put in, like these are personality types, like you want it to be friendly or assertive or competitive, or these are the roles that you can have it do, like marketing, sales, content creation. So depending on what you want AI to focus on, it can do just that. So other types of prompting frameworks, there's the persona creation, where you will act as X, Y, Z for ABC tasks. There's the before, after, and bridge, where this is where we want to be, this is where we're at, help us get to where we want to be. Then there's the role task format and the risen, I'm not sure how to really say it, where this is the longer prompt where you give it a role, instructions, steps, end goal, and narrowing it down further. So so I'm going to walk you guys through a few use cases for AI in business. This is why I asked for case studies last Monday. So first off, with, of course, the very pretty Kiki, what we did, this was literally just yesterday, is she needed AI to give her basically a summary on Slack and for her Notion notes for whenever she did a coaching call with someone. So the goal here was she would just grab the summary off of Zoom, plug it into Kiki's note taker as her custom GPT, and then it's in Japanese, so I can't really tell you guys what it says, but you can see there's Slack right there. So this is now the Slack message she can send to someone, and then below that would be the Notion notes that she can put. So every single time she now has a meeting with a client, she can just use ChatGPT to create those post-meeting notes and the follow-up chat. Then for the very pretty Marie, we created a custom outreach email writer for her, where you can see here, we basically had it where she can take someone's Instagram bio, put it into ChatGPT, and based on what it knew about Marie, it would write like, hey, this is, wait, let me see. It said, I love the work that you're doing in AI and remote team management. I'm Marie, the founder of Kaya Connections. We host month-long co-living retreats in Siargao. So it gives all the details and even customizes it to who that person is based on like, hey, this person would probably want to join the retreat because of X, Y, Z. And finally, the biggest use that I use AI with I won't go into because Christian's gonna do an amazing job walking you guys through this, but this is my content repurposing AI machine, basically, where from a long-form content on my YouTube channel or a podcast that I just did, it'll be then turned into short videos using Opus AI, and then turned into a carousel post using Canva and Taskade, and then a shorter graphic post, probably getting a quote, and then reposted everywhere else. Literally every single week, my team is creating 20 to 30 pieces of content from one YouTube video. And that's then evergreen. Like it'll be YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikTok, anywhere my team can think of putting on content, it's probably already there. So this is a freebie that I'm only giving to you guys. So for anyone who will get these slides later, when they scan the QR code, they won't get it because I will actually delete the code. So this is the ChatGPT for virtual assistants and entrepreneurs. It kind of gives a summary of what I just talked about and prompts basically that you can start using and experimenting. So just, I'll give you guys time to scan through that. But yeah, like I said, only for you guys. For those who are not here, I will be deleting it after this morning, basically. So, so this is the world that I see and how it's going to keep evolving. Is we're going to have AI working with people side by side, not replacing them, but empowering to do what they do best. And as hopefully I gave you guys a brief walkthrough on how to use ChatGPT, feel free to approach me to ask me questions, to do clarifications. I'll be more than happy to. But this is where I see everyone else is we're working with AI, not for AI or AI working for us, but working with AI. Thank you so much, everyone. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. If you chat me, I will send you the link to my slides. Do you guys have better learning on how to use ChatGPT now? Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone.